Fleek last week?
Yes.
Where at the game? Or?
No. I was watching the last week's episode. I'm just, I like to do a little review, see how our performance was.
Critique a little bit.
And one thing that stood out was your hair was immaculate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got it cut though now, so it's shorter. So it might not be as on fleek as you would say.
I still like it.
Thank you.
Welcome to 3 Up, 3 Down, the official podcast of the Waka Via Peninsula Kickball League. I'm Brent Wentworth, commissioner. Joined as usual by Matthew Welbrock of Rumspringa.
Hair on fleek.
And this week we welcome a special guest from the Smokin' Bunts, Seattle Jesus himself, Casey Heck. Welcome, Casey.
Welcome, Casey.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Pleasure to have you in the studio.
Very flattered to be asked to be here.
Drink some beers, some cold coffee, and chit-chat about kickball.
Sounds good.
So let's talk, Casey. Before we get into the games of the week, let's introduce you to the people, learn a little bit more about you. Who are you? This is a really good interview style.
Yeah. All right, who am I?
Just go.
I'm Casey Heck. I've been also dubbed Seattle Jesus. I think by Mr. Welbrock claims rights to that one. But I think I was kind of live here.
How did the Seattle Jesus nickname come, for those who don't know?
We were having a discussion about Casey one time on the podcast, and he was a newer person to the league.
It might have been like his first.
It might have been his first game, but he definitely was showing some stuff on the field, and we were trying to remember who was doing what plays. And you had a Seattle Mariners backwards hat on, and you kind of resembled Jesus Christ. And so we came up with the name Seattle Jesus, and it kind of stuck for a while. But I just to kind of piggyback on that, I think you've definitely outgrown the nickname. More people now are like, "Oh yeah, Casey Heck."
Yeah, people actually know my name nowadays, which is cool too.
A lot of people still call you Seattle Jesus, though.
Yeah, some people just call me Jesus. Some people don't even know the Seattle part. Yeah, it's funny. I get a lot of variations, but I remember in the very beginning I was also called Randy Johnson too. I think George just called me Randy Johnson because he didn't know my name.
I prefer Christ the Mariner.
That was also good. Were you ever called Jesus before the kickball?
Yes. Once the hair started to get to a certain length, then you definitely get that likeness, and heard it many times since. And
do you like the nickname? That's the other thing too.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
We've been
I have
calling
no problem with it.
I was gonna say we've been calling you Seattle Jesus for a couple of years, and it'd be like really awesome if you were just.
I just hated that shit. I hate those guys.
Like, never made any mention, but came on tonight. Just been like, I just want to go on record and say, never call me that again.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, I've been waiting to go on here for so long. Say,
I really don't like that. The rest of the show is awkward as hell.
Yeah,
more awkward than usual, I guess.
But yeah, I got into kickball. This is my second year officially this fall that I've been playing. And
second year, but probably like the.
I was trying to count on the way up here.
14 seasons.
I think it's 12 seasons.
Jesus,
wow.
Not including the tournaments, but I'm playing 4 seasons right now. So I'm playing 9 through 12 right now in fall.
So you got bit pretty hard by the bug, you know?
Yeah, it's safe to say I'm completely addicted to it. And for the longest time, I was trying to.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was having a hard time admitting that I liked it more than softball because I was a big softball guy coming in here.
Yeah.
That was my priority, and then as soon as I got into it, I just definitely started to get hooked. And
when did you have the awakening where you really had to come to terms with that? Like, hey, I have a completely new favorite hobby.
I think it was Battlestar, my second season in the spring of 14. That was a fun team. Kicking Adams was my first season, and we won 1 game. We were close to winning 2.
There was a lot of the Jefferson Lab guys coming together.
Jefferson Lab people and just some other people that never played before. I think there were only 2 people on the whole team that had played before.
Nice.
So and we had some really good potential guys. One that I worked with, he was a beast pitcher and had a killer arm, and he was going to be a really good pitcher. I mean, he'd be an elite pitcher right now for sure. But he moved out of town midway through the Kicking Adams season, so we never got to see what he would have been.
Dang.
But
relocations, man, especially around this area.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of fun though. That was Laurel. That was her first season too. So we all, everyone was hanging out and partying together and dancing at Lucky's afterwards. So it was just blew my mind, just the camaraderie. Just seeing how everyone hangs out with each other after games as opposed to softball where everyone's just you're lucky to get your own team out of the bar, let alone the entire league. The majority of it. So I just love the mindset of it.
Yeah, you get
Just the whole thing.
your smaller groups, which are the teams, and then you're really part of a larger club.
Yeah, it really feels like a family now that I've been. Say it's only 2 years, and it already feels like I know so many people. I have so many more friends now just because of this league. So it's,
where are you from originally? Are you from here? Or?
I was born in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Then I moved to California with my mom's side of the family when I was 4. Then moved to Virginia, moved to Pocosin when I was 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I've been here since I was 8.
Okay, so you're from here.
Yeah, essentially.
That's what I was like. I was born in Connecticut, but moved down here when I was 10. So
Yeah,
I'm from
they're
here.
from here.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
That's right, because you played for Pocosin in the varsity tournament.
Yeah.
Last April. Right?
Yeah, that was a really fun team. Hopefully better things this season. I know it's going to be a big hit this year
Hey,
too.
those Kickotan Warriors.
Hey,
bastards.
We're
Drunk bastards.
We're good for one game and that's it.
Team winos.
Oh God, man, that flip flop Merlot, man, that really put us on edge.
Yeah. We may have to incorporate that in our games.
Yeah.
Good God. Good luck at Gene to get on that flip flop.
He's not a drinker.
Yeah. He doesn't have any vices. It's true. Except for maybe. Yeah, maybe. He's like a regular Brandon Walsh. I forgot what question I was gonna. So you said softball. You have a softball background. What other sports did you play growing up? Like, what's your background athletically?
I kind of played. I played one season of soccer when I was 7 years old, and I couldn't stand it. I didn't know the rules worth the shit, and I never really bothered to learn them well enough to keep playing. So I stopped and just went pretty much all baseball. When I was in high school, some really good friends of mine their parents were really into hockey, so we started playing hockey on their little back wooden deck. Just a little plastic puck and some shitty sticks. Just playing around, and that was just so much fun. We just started to get. We graduated to a driveway, and then we got a real net, and then we started playing at the tennis courts at Pocosin, and then it turned into a big thing where we actually had people from all over the place come and play pickup every Sunday.
Cool. That's awesome.
Came into a really big thing, and then I started playing ice hockey when I was 17. Got a job at the ice rink just so I could play for 50% off. And then after I started my career as a mechanic, then I could no longer afford to play hockey. So, and then just life happened. 17 years later, I still haven't played, and then I got divorced, and that was one of the big things that got me back into playing sports and doing things that I wanted again. So, now here I am, back playing hockey again and doing everything.
You were telling us before we started the show that where you work now, because you work at Jefferson Labs now, that they have pickup games of hockey.
That's actually what got me back into hockey in my later half of the life because, my first day on the job, my boss was giving me a ride around the campus on the golf cart, and I saw a hockey net tipped over on its side. I'm like, what's going on over here? It's like, oh yeah, they play street hockey every day at Rush. Holy shit, I'm in heaven, man. This is my spot. I'm never leaving this place.
You were telling us that they have all the amenities and stuff over there. It's like an East Coast Google.
Yeah,
it is. It's really cool. You can learn stuff all the time. You never run out of things to learn.
I don't want to get on a tangent, but I've lived here for we're talking about lived here a long time. I know where Jefferson Labs is located, but I didn't know it was like a huge campus like that. It's like behind those trees. I don't even think you're allowed inside. It's like
there's definitely a background check that happens before you get employed there, and then there's a whole other level of security to get on the accelerator site because even a lot of employees at the lab aren't allowed on the accelerator site.
Yeah.
So a lot of radiation areas and things like that, and hazards. So there's all kinds of restrictions out there.
That doesn't sound like a place I'd want.
No, it's fun. It's not. They go so far above and beyond to keep you safe. Unless you're a total idiot, you're not going to get hurt.
I guess I never.
Radiation.
Sounds like a place I wouldn't want to go.
I guess I never knew what they did over there. And now that talking to Casey, I realized I'm like, man, there's a lot of stuff going on over there that I wasn't aware of. So sweet.
There'll be plenty of stuff I don't know about either still.
Mm-hmm.
after 6 years.
I don't have many marketable skills, but is there something I can do there?
Well,
We
we
started-
started a
Can I-
lunchtime kickball.
I was
thing.
gonna say,
Yeah,
should I
They do have
organize
soccer.
one?
They do have soccer and ultimate frisbee. There's all kinds of stuff going on at lunch.
You'd be awesome if I got hired by Jefferson Lab just to run a lunchtime kickball.
Trying to open up registration, but you can only let certain people on. You know, you have to go through all these checks before you take
Just
their
need a
$69.
Yeah.
Jefferson Lab email address.
Heck yeah.
Um,
But until then, we got to focus on kickball outside the Jefferson Lab court.
That's right.
yeah, so let's talk about your current team, Smoking Bunts. This is the second season that the Bunts have been in their current form. How did this team come together?
This team was basically the core of Resting Pitch Face, and I decided to captain that team, and I did not captain very well. I was invited too many people to the team. We had 22 people on the team, and
That's an average size this season.
You can never have enough.
actually you can. But it kind of bit us in the ass, and I knew we were going to make some tough decisions, figuring out what we're going to do if we want to be competitive. And I gave the team to Tim because I just didn't want to be that guy to make all those calls, those tough calls, and doing the lineup.
Yeah.
I already had a bunch of other stuff, softball, hockey, playing ice hockey at the time too. Just didn't have time to mess with the lineups and things. So I handed the team over to him.
Being
and
captain's tough.
I just wanted to play. You show up and play, and I like it that way. But definitely had some big weapons this season, and I'm pretty
So it was
excited about
kind
it.
of so like a merger of Resting Pitch Face and then like balls on you, kind of
Yeah,
pushing, pulling together.
right.
Pulling it out.
hmm
Very cool. And then, of course, in your first season as Smoking Bunts, you exceeded some expectations, I think, and actually made the finals.
Yeah, that was a great second half of the season. We really picked it up and played together well, and then we were on the good side of the bracket, which worked out well for us. But I definitely say we earned our way
you
through
weren't
that.
on that run springer cardiac side.
I was not. It'd have been a lot tougher route that way. But we put up a good fight once we got to the finals. 3-1 game,
You guys.
and it was only decided by one or two bad plays was the difference in that game.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like we could have played with anybody. Of course, I know some great teams were out of the tournament, and that was beneficial to several people. But
You guys ended up beating Decombe in the semis, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
we beat
Kills.
Kills.
we beat Kills.
We ended up with Decombe on our side. Of the
Gotcha.
bracket.
We played hot dogs and tacos and Kills. I think it was to get into the
Yeah.
finals.
Still some tough competition because I know Kills were riding high that season. So
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they were missing Noctur for that game. They had no shoes, and of course they've taken a big hit this year. And,
Yeah.
of course, Decombe has now too. With
Yeah.
the injuries.
oh,
Yeah, we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna ask about the Smoking? How did the Smoking Bunts? How did you guys get your name?
The name.
and the
Well,
picture and
What does that mean?
the
'Cause it seems like
logo.
a lot of you
The
guys
logo-
took away.
The logo is clearly some guy bunting a really nice bunt down the third baseline. That's
Uh-huh.
exactly what that is there. And we just knew we had
I
really good
never,
bunts.
I never noticed that. I really didn't.
Oh, really?
No, I never noticed there was a guy
Yeah.
kicking a bunt down the
Yeah, it's
line.
right
Yeah,
down the line.
That's
Perfect
sweet.
form.
That's sweet.
Yep. So
Doesn't know where my
it
head's
came
at.
from. That's exactly what that means.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can just get into it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about last week. There's some good games. Beautiful weather, 80 degrees out, War Memorial Stadium. Paula had the hot jams going. And the first game we'll talk about is your Rumspringa, Matt.
Mhm.
And Don't Come on My Base.
Yeah, so this was a highly contested matchup that we were talking about last week. If you remember, we had guest host Manny Zapata on the podcast, who one of the members of Decombe, and he predicted an outright win. I think he predicted 3-1, 3-0 over Rumspringa. I was deciding to go with 3-2 Rumspringa over Decombe, and he seems to have gotten the better edge of that prediction last week. So very good defensive struggle. Really had to give a shout out to the infield of Decombe. This one's for George, but Carl, so nice to see you playing catcher. No Shoes filling at the Charger position, and of course Mark Flores, who we've always been talking about on the pitching mound. Big ups to Ben Ottman too, to complete the infield at first base. They were really able to hold the Rumspringa offense in check for pretty much the entirety of the game. No runs scored on our side. They were able to get Rick out right off the bat, and then I believe Guy was out right after him, or if not, he went 1 for 2 as well. So they were really taking it to the top part of the lineup.
Both times that the top came through, neither one of them, they just couldn't string together 2 base hits in a row.
Yeah, it
It was
was
just tough.
really tough for them. I know No Shoes had a couple of diving catches. So did Carl outside of the catcher position. Mark was doing a good job of getting us to pop up. There was an instance, I think it was inning 3, that we did have the bases loaded. Troy on third base. Rusty was up to kick. Kicked a nice one, but it just didn't sail as far. No Shoes did a great job to catch the ball between the second and third base line.
Yeah, he dropped back pretty good. He was like well positioned for it.
Yeah.
A lot of experience there, you know.
Definitely. So, a good way to a good tip to catch it while running towards the bag, because I had to hold Troy there because I didn't want him to be the third out at home. I was able to come up and kick afterwards.
You might have still been able to push it, man. It might have been.
Don't give Rick a solid there, because he came and talked to me afterwards that I would have sent him. I was like, well, I'm not sending him because here's my rationale. Like,
it would have been close.
it would have been really close. Had No Shoes just caught it going back, I would have sent him. But him catching it while running for it, I wasn't going to test it. And then I was up to kick afterwards, see if we could put some more runs on, but we popped out. So didn't watch that Brent line drive kicking video that I made so much fun of you about.
Man, fuck, dude. Ever since I posted that line drive, I've been up in 2 separate situations at kick away, and I fucked them both up. I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have been an asshole and posted tips on line drives because I clearly don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like Friday night and Wednesday night,
You need to rewatch it and take your own advice.
Oh man, I'm in my own head now.
But so with the bases loaded, with me and Rusty up there, thought we could have got something done, but we weren't able to execute. So that, in my opinion, was the deciding factor of the game that could have made it a little bit closer. So big props to D-Cone for holding it down. Todd Schimmel, saw him at O'Connor's over the weekend, doing his best to not look like a crash test dummy. He had the shoulder jacked up, went into slide in this game, feet first, ended up getting the tag out from Troy, rolled up on his ankle. So
did he say how bad it was? Or
he said he had a little ace bandage on it. It was just really swollen, looked like he had a softball plugged into his shoe. But he was still walking around on it and having a couple beers. So
he ripped that ball too. That drove in a run. Like him and Manny both had sweet line drives.
Yeah,
right back to back to open it up. And you guys got out of that inning actually pretty well, since I don't think you guys had an out until like the 6th kicker.
Yeah, I definitely let the first 4 on. I told Ben he made me go to Jungle Gym at 4:30, so I came back. My arm just wasn't in it to throw. I was like, oh god. So yeah, good job to Manny. He left me some Oktoberfest to calm the wound, so I appreciate that.
Casey, your thoughts on D-Cone and Rumspringa?
That definitely sounded like it was going to be a good matchup. I think they're 2 evenly matched teams. I know D-Cone was definitely going to be hurting a little bit now that they don't have Nocter. I don't know what his status is, and No Shoes messed his ankle up apparently.
Yeah, Nocter is out for this season. It looks like he tore his ACL. So he wasn't playing in this game, of course. But like Matt said, Carl Schultz really stepped up and played really well at catcher.
Carl's money. He's a great catcher. He's a really aggressive base runner, great bunter, and he can kick too. So he's definitely a huge attribute to a team.
I don't know about No Shoes' situation. I think, was it Monday night he got hurt, or what's this?
I don't know what day he got hurt.
Was that Atlantic or?
No, I don't think he hurt. He broke someone's nose in Atlantic last week.
Jesus, what?
Like with a fist, or
it was actually he was making a throw to third base from the catcher position, and the Charger, who was a newer player, he's only had 1 season under his belt, was running home and didn't really see no issues pick it up. Like basically, Ryan went in to pick it up, make the throw, and as soon as he got like this, his face was right there.
Oh,
So
no.
we never actually let go of the ball.
Uh-huh.
It was boom right there, and apparently everyone heard his nose snap.
Oh.
Charlie turned his nose sideways.
Oh, like John Cena style.
Yeah, blood geyser. So it was bad. I was reffing the other game at the time, so I didn't see it. But
You heard it.
Del Carr was running the bases, and he didn't see it, but he said he heard it, and he just knew something was really bad just happened. So.
Oh man.
That makes my nose hurt just thinking about it.
But I saw the guy the next week. He was playing yesterday, and he was pitching, and he looked just fine. So I don't know how. Really quick recovery, some
wonders
quick
of modern-
surgery.
Yeah,
Modern surgery.
Yeah, modern medicine.
I was surprised.
Yeah, a good win for Deco, who yet to allow a run this season. Let's go on to the next game. We had Kick-Ass taking on the Fireballs on Field 2. This one was not too close. Kick-Ass defeated the Fireballs 12-1. Karen Savell put up a good write-up as she normally does. Pretty funny stuff. Obviously there's a different level of talent in these two teams. Fireballs, a lot of different experience. They do have some raw talent, but they're just not ready yet. But Karen said it was a spirited game. I walked over there for a bit, just check it out, take some pictures. This Fireballs look like they're a fun group.
They're hilarious, man.
They had all the speedos and all that kind of stuff.
Shenanigans going on. I'm actually wearing my orange shirt in honor of the Fireballs this week. Yeah. I guess we predicted this a little bit closer. Or you guys might not have. I think you guys are going 10-1, 9-1, Kick-Ass. I was trying to side a little bit closer, but reality sets in this week. So
Yeah.
still my dark horse though.
I don't know how they're wearing these speedos and stuff like that now, but it's September. Are they gonna be a month from now, 6 weeks from now?
I don't know, that
Still
one
rocking
guy.
it?
Yeah.
That one guy wearing the executioner mask. I think he'll be okay in the.
Still warm.
I'm actually trying to find a way to avoid catching this week because we face Fireballs this week.
Put
You
your
just don't
ass.
want that right there.
Yeah, I'll
on
let
your
someone
catch.
else catch this time.
Yeah, maybe that's how Freed ended up catching. They came up and they were like, "Freed, get in there and catch it."
I'll do it.
Yeah. Put your nose right in his ass. They did say that tomorrow they're going to be dressing up. I got a message from Tracy on their team. She said, "Hey, be ready to take some pictures of us. We're dressing up tomorrow." So
Sweet.
I was afraid to ask
That would be too.
what they were dressing up as.
We'll keep the suspense.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. One last thing about Kick-Ass. Shout out to Chris Granados with 4 RKIs in this game. So good job. And then moving on to Field 3, we had a good matchup between the Chaotic Kilfs and PBJT. PBJT coming through with a close 4-3 victory. What do we know about this game?
The PBJT surprised me in this game. I had PBJT going winless last week. I had picked against them both times, and for that, I owe Christina Obershaw an utmost apology for thinking that you guys weren't prepared to handle the Kilfs. Obviously, you were in a very close game. So, I apologize for picking against you guys. I know better next week.
Yeah. Casey?
I think the Kills are in a little bit of a rough patch right now, but they definitely need to pick it up and figure out how to work together and get some wins. I know they've lost some people, but they definitely have some pieces there that can win some of these games. But it's gonna be a rough season for them.
They lost a couple guys, but the rest of the team is still solid. It's just something's not clicking for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a couple of rookies on the squad too, so obviously there's a learning curve there. But there's enough experience and talent and athleticism there that
There is. Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're winless to this point. But yeah, they'll be a team that by November, could be a tough out in the tournament for sure. But
Hopefully
right
they
now,
get all on the same page. Yeah.
PBJT is just for what they lack in experience, and they put it together. They play hard, and Christina and Brent, they know what they're doing. So
And you got Aaron that left the Smoking Bunks, and he's throwing fire for them now.
That's
Plus,
right.
Obershaw is a very underrated pitcher, I think.
Yeah, Overshaw's good.
Yeah, he's a good pitcher.
He's really good at pitching.
Shows a lot of the balance, man.
Yeah, I
It's
really
tough
can't
to
kick
kick
off
off
him.
on, man.
Yeah, I play because I play Friday nights for PBJT, and yeah, Overshaw is our top pitcher.
He's good.
Good stuff. Let's go on to the 7:30 games. We had a marquee matchup. Kick-Ass was on the second half of a doubleheader, taking on the Situation. The Situation came through with a 1-0 victory. That one run didn't come until the fifth inning on a walk-off, so it was 0-0 throughout the entire game. Both defenses were just really shutting them down, and that's a big testament to not only their infield specialists but their pitchers. Just Blake for the Situation, and then JC and Haas teaming up on Kick-Ass.
It's copy and paste.
It was an epic pitchers duel. Sorry to steal your thunder, Matt. But,
That's what I'm here for. I study this stuff all week.
Yeah, but they were, just really on fire. It was a pretty quick game as a result. But then in the bottom of the fifth, the top of the Situation order came back around, and 3 guys actually got on safely. So it was bases loaded and 0 outs, and it's
Kyle Edge and somebody else for George to kick them in.
yeah, Jimmy Wilcox, I think, maybe was one of those 3. I'm not sure. I can't remember the specifics, but I do know George Bunch, who he hasn't played. Well, I don't know if he's played other leagues, but he was an old-time Southside player. So he played back 5-6 years ago with Make It Rain, which was Panic Attack. But he might have played for Panic Attack too. I don't know. They swapped around a lot. Those groups.
There's a lot of mixing and matching out there with those groups back in the day.
Yeah, but LaSalle, I don't know if he coaxed him out of retirement or if he just coaxed him up to this side of the water, but got him on the Situation. He's a good player, soccer background, strong legs. So you get him up with bases loaded and no outs, and all he needs to do is hit the outfield. Well, that's just automatic. He just could have walked off right there. There's nothing they can do.
See ya.
No,
So, so he got one to left field that dropped in, and even if it didn't drop in, it would have been an easy jog home.
right.
But, man, it was a good game. It was a good game to watch. I'm really surprised, though. If you would have asked me before the season started, hey, how many innings would it take before the Situation scores a run? I would have said 1.
Yeah.
In this case, it was, in their 10th inning of playing, they finally
Yeah, that's pretty
scored a
wild.
run. So,
Crazy.
thoughts, gentlemen?
You're looking against 2 perennial powerhouses this season. We talked about cardiac arrest being a favorite at number 1. You guys are on a hot streak. But now, you see Situation and Kick-Ass playing each other very closely. We know the Situation's record in seasons past for the Peninsula. So Kick-Ass right there with them. This is a very dangerous 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be interesting to see how it shapes out for the rest of the season, how the seedings go for the tournament time come the end.
Don't count out the Jungle either. There are a few other teams too. Decom, Rose Springer, Smoking Butts. There's a lot of talent in the league this year.
I haven't seen Kick-Ass or what was the other team?
Situation.
Yeah, or the Jungle. I haven't seen any of them play yet this season. I already know the Situation is good, but the Jungle, I know they're going to be a really good team. The thing I like about this season, we get to play everybody. Our team, we face everybody in the league.
Right on.
Well, some of those games from week 1.
We probably won't be able to make
Damn
up.
it.
We're not.
Damn it.
I was wondering because a lot of people, I think 4 teams had double headers the first week.
The teams with the double headers will have
They'll get 1 makeup.
one made up. It's already been rescheduled. It's in November.
Okay.
Yeah, I had some open slots there, but unfortunately, which sucks because there were some good matchups that just couldn't find a way to figure it out without completely redoing the schedule almost. So
Yeah.
I was like, well,
You're lucky, Kills.
yeah, I tried something.
I like it.
Yeah, I tried something different with how I made it, and I wasn't expecting a week 1 rain out. That kind of ruined.
Hold on. No. Casey has a call. You want to take that?
By all means,
I-
Casey.
I-
Please.
Alex,
We'll wait for you. So moving on to the next 7:30 game, we had peanut butter jelly time in the second half of the doubleheader, taking on the Fireballs, also second game of the doubleheader, and PBJT swept their doubleheader 7-3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really thought Fireballs were going to come out blazing on this one and catch PBJT by surprise, but again, wrong. So, Christina, sorry. Katniss, 2 great catches against Fireballs. Christina Obershaw got a triple on a bunt.
Katniss Everdeen.
Katniss Everdeen, yes. Start calling her Jennifer Lawrence. RKI for Jay Carr, brother of Del Carr, in the Fireballs game. I want to start calling. Can I say brother of Del Carr continuously for about 5 weeks until he earns
his own name?
Yeah, earns.
Yeah.
Not brother of Del Carr.
I'll allow it.
Cool.
I like
It's like Jay Gruden, brother of John Gruden. They always say it. Yeah.
Of course. All right. Cool. Yeah, good win for the Jellies.
Really showing us something that past week. Showing me something.
I'm proud to be affiliated with this franchise, even if I'm not playing on Wednesday. It's a good
Yes,
squad.
putting the Friday work in.
We got our asses beat on Friday by Pitches Love Bunk Beds.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Oh, yeah, you were there.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot. It was the worst. All right. We're not talking about this. Is VA Peninsula's podcast, not VA Freedom's.
The Peninsula Podcast. Power.
Yeah, enunciate my P's
Yeah.
because you're pissing me off. Let's go foul balls. 4 chaotic kills. 1. What did we hear about this? Curtis Fabian. Of course, foul balls were no hit in their last game in week 1 against Decombe. So offense was really a challenge for them. They made sure that this week they got out. And Curtis Fabian kicked a home run, which Ian Flute reported as a triple or something. I don't know. But
Thanks.
There was some discrepancy there.
yeah, it was a home run.
Did the guy get to home plate or did he not get to home plate?
Yeah,
It's not like a double or a
Use the
triple. It's
description
kind of like,
of the,
I can't remember what base he got to.
I was really confused with the way he gave a shout out there. But turns out, after clarification, it was a home run. So Kerbal Juice was making sure that the offense got back on track and the defense was on point because they only allowed 1 run.
I think missing the foul was missing Joe last week. They were missing one big player out of their lineup.
I know Steve Fobb had missed the first game, but he came back for the second game last week.
Yeah, and they were missing Joe in the first week. I
Against
think
Decombe.
Joe was here last week. I don't know. I didn't watch this game.
Hmm.
But yeah, Joe was missing the first week because he was in Nashville or whatever. Yeah, watch this game.
See you later, Joe.
Good win for the Fallies. They're 2-1. Cardiac
I
arrest.
just imagine Andreas is somewhere watching this and he's just like, oh, that's it.
Hey, feel free to, feed us info. That's what we need, right?
works.
We're only 3 guys. We can't
Yeah.
see every game. Cardiac arrest 1. Welcome to the jungle 0. Brandon, play the tape from last week where I predicted a 1-0 win.
Totally.
You're supposed to have that ready.
Oh,
On Brent's command.
sorry.
I just changed my shirt to what I was wearing. Cardiac 1, jungle 0.
There it
I don't
is.
know why I do your impression. I just talking about
Yeah, you should just talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I predicted a 1-0 win for Cardiac. I just kind of threw it out there. It was trying to be humble. I thought we were going to beat them pretty good, but it turns out I was right. It was 1-0. First inning, we got a couple people on. Daniel Shaw came through with a really nice kick to center field to drive in the only run we would need. And then just the defenses on both sides were just really, really sharp. I mean, this was a quick game. It was like we started at 7:45,
My God.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we started like 7:45, so we were like 15, 20 minutes late starting, and like we were the first 8:30 game done.
Who were the refs in this situation? Did we play a full 5 innings the game before? Did we let that go on?
I don't know.
Did we let everybody warm up too much? What happened here?
A combination of both. Yeah, there was too much
This-
warming up.
This is a damn travesty.
And then I was like, "What time is it?" Oh, it's 45. It's like, what are we doing?
We gotta
man?
start the game.
Well, yeah, let's go.
So no commissioner collusion in
No.
this. Okay.
But we were
Just making sure.
we were the first 8:30 game. I'm sorry, I said 7:45. We started at 8:45, but we were done.
8:45.
This is an 8:30 game.
Jeez.
Yeah, but we finished at like 9:20.
That's
Make
efficiency.
up for lost
That is
time.
efficiency right there. So a lot of 3 up, 3 down, right?
Commissioner work.
Until the
Yeah.
5th inning, they had a couple people on first and second, and then Jeff Morart came up, and he crushed the ball to left field, and Jill had to make a pretty good running catch.
Sparrow.
Yeah. Well, like you mentioned too, in the the good part too is she was so far back, but she angled her run. I don't know why I'm saying.
No, I'm following
This is why she angled her run, so not only did she catch the ball on the run, but she catched it in stride, so she was running towards third base to prevent the runner from tagging up on. So good awareness, kind of like no shoes, which you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So then it was 2 outs, and we got the final out. We made it out of there, got the win. So just like Decom, us cardiac kids, we haven't allowed a run either.
Welcome to the jungle. No runs scored yet for this team
No.
to start the season.
Some tough matchups, though.
They have. Played Kick-Ass and played Cardiac. We're talking about some of the top teams right now. We're talking about Welcome to the Jungle being included, in that group. What do you think they need to do to start getting some offense on the board? To not play Kick-Ass and Cardiac?
That's
Is
part
it
of
that
it.
simple?
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to the kick-ass game because I didn't watch it. I mean, I know they came close to scoring in the first inning, but it's a combination of things. I think the top of the lineup has to get a little bit more consistent. I don't know what else they could have really done against us, only because we were sharp. I mean, they just ran into a buzzsaw too, so it would have been tough for any team to score on us. But the top needs to get a little more consistent, and then the back end of the lineup needs to, increase their production too, because that's the other part is that, it takes them a while to get back to that top because they have a lot of 1, 2, 3, or 4 kicker innings.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get there. They got all the talent in the world. And they just need a little confidence, probably, and I think they're going to get some this week. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Casey, how great is cardiac arrest in your opinion?
They are even stronger than they were last year.
Scale-
Now they managed to add a
You don't
bunch
have.
of-
You're already here. You don't have to butter up to it.
Scale
That's just it's just what it is.
great team or greatest team?
Man, I guess we'll have to wait till the end of the season to see that one.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I'll allow that. Good answer.
You're up there.
Are you going to change the name from the Wentworth Trophy to the Cardiac Cup if you guys were to win again? Oh, okay. Never mind.
There's no cup.
And it doesn't say brand on it. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know, right?
Can a man have a legacy? Jeez. I gotta have something to leave for my kids. My kid on the way. Him or her. Let's move to your team, Casey. Tell us about this shootout. Smoking Bonstenheim, 5-toe death kick 7.
Well,
That
I'll tell
sounds
you,
like a wild game.
we turned it into a shootout. I think that they played a great game. 5-toe did, and their offense was rolling. They were all amped up and excited that they were hanging with us because they knew that they had a tough matchup. And
They got a sneaky good offense.
they do. They have a lot of speed. They're aggressive base runners, so it's you have to make sure you get those guys at the top. And I had probably one of my worst games in a long time at catcher, so I was throwing the ball everywhere and making it a little easier for them to get runners and score runs. But it was just an off game for us defensively, which is rare because we're usually pretty shut down defense no matter who we're playing. But luckily our offense, since we beefed the offense up, we were able to get them. But the ladies played great on our team. Casey Fry.
Tell us a little bit about Casey Fry. I don't think I know who she
She
is.
played with Decombe last season, and
She was a rookie last season.
yeah, but she doesn't look like a rookie. She bunts really well. She hustles. I mean, she's head first sliding all over the place. I mean, she made some great catches, a great defensive play at second base. Got the lead runner out at second, and Megan Kramer was a big acquisition for us,
Yeah,
along with Cosma.
She is really fast. Like, she's quick.
Yeah,
Seeing her run down first base, like, it's very deceptive.
yeah. All of our ladies are fast. They're all strong, and that's a great thing to have, is just strength all the way throughout the lineup,
Mhm.
and that's what got us through that game. It just they carried us. When we got down, everyone stayed together and stayed positive. We kept picking each other up, and I'm definitely thankful for that, because
Did you guys underestimate this 5-0, or did you take them lightly, or? what was
no, we didn't really take it lightly. I think it was just me playing like total shit.
It's all on you.
I made a lot of errors. So
Hey,
it
we
was
do all peninsula voting. Remember that.
Another name,
Casey fucked it up.
another name I heard on this game was Leanne McGill.
She's on
Leanne,
5-0.
yeah, she ended up stretching a bunt out to a triple, and that was some good base running on her part.
She
I don't remember. I don't remember if I made that throw to result in a triple or not. It's been a whole week now almost. So, but yeah, they did play really well. And it was a fun game. It was very stressful for me because I felt like all these things were happening because of me.
Carrying the weight on your shullders.
Man,
That's what a true leader does.
pick it
There.
up.
Kind of like Jesus.
Exactly.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. The ultimate sacrifice. And Brandy Zattel as well. You tried to kick a deep one down there, and she was able to snag that down the.
I had a good kick. It was a little high, so it didn't go as deep as I wanted, but it was right on the line. It was tailing away,
Mm-hmm.
and she made an amazing over the shoulder catch.
Oh.
Like this, and it was the third out. I thought I had a home run easy.
I
That
haven't
was,
seen Brandy drop anything ever. Like she
Yeah.
hadn't been playing a long time, but she's very, very reliable no matter what position you put her in the defense. So I wasn't surprised to hear about that at all.
yeah, that was a great play, and that was it kept them in the game because we had that would have been a 3-run shot if that had dropped.
Sneaky good.
A lot
Yeah.
of
We'll get
shout
to
outs to the ladies in that game there. Really kept it going. You talked about
Sure.
Casey there going 2 for 2 with the 2 sliding head first run scored. So
Yeah, Katie
You know,
Bruce with the great defense.
Now Katie's so good.
that's the difference right
That was
there
a
in the
huge
game.
pickup
2
there.
runs.
Kramer, I just played with her a couple seasons. I know how good she is. She's a gamer. She can kick. She can bunt. She can do it all.
I think Smoking Bunts they may have the best collection of girls in the league.
I would definitely have to.
I mean, I would
After
agree with
hearing from this game, it's definitely going to rank it up there.
and that's even after losing. I thought we were going to be in big trouble losing Journey and Karen.
yeah.
Because they
Those are good.
they were great too. And obviously they're doing good things with Kick-Ass. But
I mean, you put that group on paper, and I would match them up against any other teams, including Cardiac's situation, and those girls are really talented.
plus we added Mike Spro, which I didn't know who he was before the season started, but he's a really good player. Apparently he's played circuit before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I think he's taken a couple of years off and maybe just started playing again. But Nicole Dewey was the one that actually was kind of the connection to get him as our last guy.
I just thought he was.
It's all about who you know.
He's a big pickup. He's really fast. Got a good arm. He covers some ground. So excited to have him too.
Watch out for them bunts.
Yeah.
Look out.
And the final game from week 2 or week 3, I guess technically, is Hot Dogs and Tacos taking on the Alcoholics. I did predict that the Alcoholics were going to win 16-5.
This is the kicking video.
Yeah,
results,
because
right?
I was practicing my kicking video. Well, they had about as much luck with it as I did because Hot Dogs tuned them up a little bit. It was 13-4 was the final.
Wow.
The 4 runs for the Alcoholics did come in the 5th inning, so at least they got a little something going on the offensive side.
Yeah. They were close to getting that rally.
Yeah, they actually had a ton of people on base, and they just had a couple outs at the end. Yeah, I know because I'm just sitting there and it's, of course, typical hot dogs fashion. It's 9:50 and fucking Smithy's still like having to huddle about every play while they're blowing them out. It's like, come on, asshole. I don't get paid, like, I don't get paid by the hour. Let's,
Wrap this up.
yeah.
He still hasn't posted that damn Mid-Atlantic tournament video. Smith, you better
Oh,
go.
you'll never see that.
No,
You'll never
He's out there recording every
You'll
week.
never
He doesn't
see it.
post a damn
Yeah,
thing.
it never happened.
That's what I said too. I actually messaged him this week and I said, hey man, if you want to put that video in a Dropbox, I will pull it and I will edit it and post it myself. And he was like, yeah, I need to figure out how to use a Dropbox. I'm like, why do you even send it?
At least he got our finals game up pretty quickly,
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a single video
yeah.
since then. Yeah, cardiac smoking bunts
That was
finals.
good.
Come on,
Not that
Smith.
up in days.
Play the Madden game too.
Let's just turn the rest of this episode ragging on
Damn it,
Smitty.
Smitty.
Anyway,
I love you, man.
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
I do want to shout out to Alcoholics, man. Really being a social team on this thread for Waka Peninsula Facebook page. We're taking pictures all over the place with bar buzz belts, practicing, really being engaged. I really like what I'm seeing from them.
That's
I
cool.
hope they get their win here fairly soon.
I'm really impressed with Amelia as a captain. I think that she gets it and that she's got this team, they're trying hard. How much success they have on the field, I don't know. But yeah, she's got them engaged and fun. So a lot of times, you get a team that is newer or maybe not as talented and the captain's not as engaged and they just end up kind of losing. It's not a good experience for them. So to have a leader there is kind of like saying, hey, let's just enjoy the moment and be into it, man. That's what it's all about. That's why it's tough to get that bar buzz belt off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the games for this upcoming week, shall we? Unless you guys have more thoughts on hot dogs and tacos and
Good on that.
Yep.
all right. Cardiac arrest. 2-0, taking on the Chaotic Kills. 0-3. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts about this matchup?
Cardiac, have they allowed a run to score at all yet?
No, not yet.
They're going to keep that streak going. I got Cardiac shutting down the Kills 4-0.
Okay.
All right. This, I don't think 4 is going to happen. I think it's probably be closer to 9, 9-0
Good Lord.
cardiac.
All right. One thing also, I'm excited for this one because of the schedule last year. Chaotic Kills weren't a team that we were able to play, so this will be the first time that since I've been on Cardiac, I'm sure they played with Boone, against each other, but first time in 2015 that these two teams have faced off. So looking forward to it. Definitely not taking the Kills lightly. One inside scoop is that we will be without our standout Charger leadoff, Ryan Warner. He said he was out on the thread.
Wow.
Oh, what's he doing?
I don't know.
He just said he was out, and you guys just excuse that absence?
He's earned a little leeway. He's earned some personal time. So, hey, maybe Phil is disciplined him behind closed doors. I don't know. I'm just concerned. Hey,
Like, what kind of?
I'm just a foot soldier.
Yeah,
I don't want to get involved in these personal
Yeah.
issues. So.
if you just say I'm out,
He's accrued some leave.
what happens if you are the Jets and Darrell Revis just texts, "I'm out this week. He's out." Like, what do you as a Jets organization do? Oh, well, just give it. He deserves some time.
Mhm.
You just not let him play.
I don't pay
No.
him either.
I don't know, man. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
All right, I'll find
Get
out.
hold of your team, Phil.
Yeah, so this should be a good game. Kick ass 2-1, taking on Rumspringer.
I'm not gonna be at this game. So.
What? Are you gonna be at the second game?
No, guys.
No, I'll be here. Okay. No, I'm just sending a text. I ain't gonna be here.
Casey, what do you think about this matchup?
This will be much closer than the last one. I think.
It's a very vague term.
Kick-Ass is looking good, and I'm gonna have to say 5-2 Kick-Ass over Rumspringer.
Joe, do you want fan Matt or do you want analyst Matt?
I want a little both.
Okay, so how do I mix these two together? Rumspringa going to come out, proving some people wrong. I guarantee, here's my bold prediction, Rumspringa gets the first runs of the game. We score the first runs, but in the end, it's not going to be enough. I think we lose by 1 run, 3-2.
3-2.
I think that's not a bad prediction. One of the things that's going to be key for Rumspringa is getting that consistency down. I noticed that against the elite pitchers, sometimes they can really take over a game when facing Rumspringa. So that'll be the challenge, Against Haas and JC, I don't know if JC will be there because it's a 6:30 game, so sometimes he struggles to make those ones. But regardless, if it's just Haas, it's still pretty damn tough. So we'll see. The talent is there. It's just historically that's been the case. Is that there's been struggles there. On the flip side, I will say that I like what I've seen from the Rumspringa defense so far. You guys have been playing very, very fundamental ball. I think you saw it 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah.
Just at the catcher charger position, first base has been reliable. It's so I see this as a low scoring affair. I'll go 2-1, kick ass. Foul balls 2-1 versus the situation. Foul balls, obviously they've had one really bad game and they've had 2 pretty good wins. Situation, 2 tough games to start out, a loss, shutout loss, and then the walk-off last week. What thoughts about this one?
I don't think situation is going to replicate what D-Comb did to foul balls in the first week. But this is going to be the time where the situation floodgates open up and the offense starts pouring out. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have an offensive explosion nearing double digits runs, but I'm going to go probably 8 to the situation. Foul balls might get a run here and there.
Casey?
Yeah, it's pretty close to what I was thinking too. I haven't seen foul balls defense. I don't know who all is on their team. I know they have some good weapons now, so they have them all in the right places. I think they can keep it down to a minimum, but still a situation. I think 7 foul balls and 1.
I like both those predictions. I'm somewhere in there. I say 8-1 for the reasons you guys mentioned. I think situation, they will break out this year, this season. Foul balls has some good pieces, but they just don't quite have enough. So, we'll see. I hope they prove me wrong and it's closer.
Yeah.
All right, now we have a battle between 2 winless teams. We have the Alcoholics at 0-2, taking on the Chaotic Kills at 0-3, which, obviously this is the second game of the doubleheader, so they may be 0-4.
They may not be.
They may be 1-3, yeah.
You never know.
But for now, let's assume they neither have won as of September 22nd. Thoughts?
This is tough to predict, really. I have an emotional side to both teams. I really want the Alcoholics to get a win, and this would be the best chance so far in their schedule to get it done. However, I really feel for the Kills and them being, winless going into this, possibly after the doubleheader, makes me want them to have that win too. It's really going to come down to how the Chaotic Kills play their game. Alcoholics is a wild card. They can go in there guns a-blazing. They have nothing to lose, but the Kills being the record that they would have, they really would have some pressure on their backs. So it's really just about how they handle that against Alcoholics. If Alcoholics goes out there and has a good time and puts a couple runs on them to start off, I could see some
Pressure.
Yeah, I can see it really getting to the Kills. I could see some frustration really starting to set in on the sideline. I don't want that to happen. So just for my emotion's sake, I'll go Kills. I'll go 4-2 Kills. Squeezes this one by. They finally put it together, get the first win of the season.
Casey?
Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing. And Kills need to. I think this is going to be their game that they take. This will be their first win of the season. get together against the Alcoholics. So I think 4-1 Kills.
Yeah, the Kills got to learn how to win again. You know, they need to remember how. Alcoholics, like you said, they got nothing to lose. They come out there loose. You know, they had a little momentum. They scored 4 runs in the last inning of their previous game, so maybe that carries over. I see, you know, both defenses are kind of on the softer side, so I don't think it'll be as low scoring as you guys predicted. So I'll go Kills 8, Alcoholics 6. Yeah, I think it'll be a shootout. Let's go with Decombe at 2-0, taking on Kick-Ass.
Good game.
Woo! This is a really good game.
Yeah. I think this is a statement game for Decombe. I mean, they've had a couple of statement games already. They had the perfect game against Foul Balls. They had a statement game against Rumspringa. This right here is the game to decide whether they want to be mentioned in that elite category with Kick-Ass, Cardiac, and Situation as far as my opinions are concerned. I think they have the talent to get it done against Kick-Ass. Defense is going to be stout. It's going to be down to the Decombe offense versus that Kick-Ass defense. Like you mentioned, the pitching on there. How are they going to go against that? I'm going to say that Decombe comes out with a win on this one, though. I'm going to go Decombe by a run. I'm going to go 3-2 Decombe over Kick-Ass.
All right, now.
So this game should be interesting because we don't know what Todd's status is going to be. Is he going to be in this game? We
It's a
know
big
Doctor's
piece.
out, and No Shoes may or may not be there. I'm thinking no. So that being said, I think that Decombe may lose their first game
Jesus, that's like
4-2.
3
I forgot about No
critical
Shoes.
pieces.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Todd's been, you know, him and Manny have combined to be like one of the more consistent combos.
Huge leg, those guys, yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Todd to put on a brace, though, on that ankle. I mean, it was looking a little puffy on Saturday, but I mean,
That's kind of crazy.
I can see, like, you know, him going out there, you know, if No Shoes can't play, that's obviously tough for the Charger position. But like we said, Carl filled in quite nicely.
Manny's got an arm too, man.
Mhm.
Manny,
Yeah, he's got a
he's
cannon.
got a gun. Yeah, that's a good point, man. With the injuries that they have so early in the season, this makes it an already tough matchup even tougher.
Yeah.
A little background here. Of course, Kick-Ass is maybe 40% made up of former JFK players.
Right.
Last season in the tournament, JFK and Decombe played in the quarterfinals, and that game actually went into extra innings with Decombe.
Kansas City style game.
Yeah, they went into Kansas City, so it was a really close, intense game. JFK didn't quite have the guns to outlast them. So now it's going to be interesting to see. You know, there's a little history there between these two teams. I think in this case, Kick-Ass comes out on top, and I'll go. You know, not only will Decombe allow their first run, but they're going to allow their first 4 or 5 runs. So I'll go 5-1.
I got your back, Decombe. Don't let me down.
Now, Matt, your team and my team.
I hate Cardiac, man. Can I just say that? Like, on the field, I can't stand Cardiac.
Why?
I don't like your players. On the field, I can't stand them. I've told numerous of your players that to their face on the field.
Me?
You're all right on the field. I don't mind you too.
What about me?
Brandon?
You know I like you.
Okay, let's make sure.
I'm just saying, man. I'm going to come out here guns a friggin' blazing against this team. I don't even care. And it's going to be on a doubleheader, so you know I'm going to have more beers than normal. So
What's your drunken level going to be from 1 to 10?
really, at my age now, like
A dangerous 6?
No, like a 3.
Okay.
Like
A dangerous 3.
dangerous.
Okay.
I mean, it could escalate to a 7 real quick. Just depends on how this game goes.
I can't drink while I'm playing.
I mean, this is not
I
take
don't
the
do it
edge
anymore
off,
either.
man. Take the edge off. Get some dancing going on.
There's
Can't feel my elbow.
in my first year of playing, of course, you know, I was drinking, and I got a good buzzy buzz. I had like probably 4 Bud Lights before the game, and I got out there and I was pitching, and I started getting really dizzy on the mound, and I was just playing like shit, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't drink
Mm-hmm.
before the game.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
You just can't
I'm not good at
catch or
moderation.
charge. You know, all that sprinting, running around,
Yeah.
all that carbonation
Yeah, that's
floating
the
around.
only
Yeah, you
thing.
don't
I
want to do that.
can't do that shit.
Well, you know, I don't be running. I ain't be running around there. So
Yeah, you do, Ricky. guy. They do all the work.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
get that.
yeah. I'll charge down the line if I have to. Rumspringa 9, Cardiac 1. Woo! You heard it here first. Take that, Brandon and Brent.
Upset special.
That's my upset special right there. Don't even lie. You guys look at me when I'm talking to you. Don't even lie if Rumspringa gets up on you by a couple runs and you guys start talking smack. I know that's what happens. Guess what? We got Riley and Bailey. We're the two biggest cardiac smack talkers y'all ever had, and they're on our side now. So you watch out and you watch your
That's
mouth.
a good point.
You play ball.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Riley and Bailey. I won a championship with them. But we plan on taking them out with Extreme Prejudice on Wednesday night.
Really nice to be
pitcher.
prejudiced, man. It's America.
Settle this dispute, Casey. Who's going to win this game and why?
I think Cardiac has too many weapons for this game. So I think
I'm not even
I'm gonna go 6-2 Cardiac.
Yeah, like I said, Rumspringa struggles against elite pitching. And if I get out there, they got a shot.
I hope
We're gonna stay away from Jungle Gym that morning.
I really put something in my back at the gym this morning. I don't think I'm going to be able to play so well.
I'll be in the jungle tomorrow.
I get off early this Wednesday, so y'all better watch out.
All right, the next game, Hot Dogs and Tacos, 1-1-1 versus Five Toe Death Kick, 1-1. I think these guys have a nice little rivalry brewing. You know, the last couple seasons, they played 3 times. Hot Dogs and Tacos has actually won all 3 of those games, including in the first round of the playoff tournament last season. I gotta say, this time I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think Five Toe is going to come out and
Agreed.
take advantage of the Hot Dogs and Tacos defense. Like we talked about that explosive offense of Five Toe.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to have a good night Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't think
First win.
Tacos have Aaron Thompson anymore. I haven't seen him yet this year.
I don't think he is on the team.
And obviously Cosma is not playing for them anymore. And he's not with us, so I think that's going to be the difference in the game. I think Five Toe is going to take that one 7-1. Actually, I'll go 7-3.
I have traditionally gone against Hot Dogs and Tacos. And
They always seem to kind of, yeah.
yeah, but I don't know what it is, man. And I'm going to continue that trend. I don't.
I'll just continue the
Yeah.
trend, even though I'm wrong. every
Yeah,
time.
you know, they really took it to alcoholics, but I mean, come on. But 5-2 death kick, too much offense for them. I love a Brad Galt-led team. So I'll side with you guys. I'll go that with like 7-2, 7-3-ish.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them lock down a team like that yet, though. That's the one thing that really has me hesitant from going all in on Five Toe is just that defense is just inconsistent. They're allowing 6 runs a game so far, which is only 2 games, but still. Yeah, they had the same issue last year too. So that's the only thing that prevents me from saying, hey, plus Hot Dogs and Tacos is 3-0 against them lifetime. So I still feel like Five Toes. Yeah, I still feel like Five Toes is a better team.
They're a stronger team.
But Hot Dogs and Tacos seem to find a way when you least expect it. So this should be a good game. I wish. This is the 8:30.
I won't be
Maybe
seeing
I
this
will
game.
check it out. Yeah, you're playing at the time. I'm not there. Let's talk about the Jungle before we go into Smoking Bunts. We'll talk about the Jungle at 0-2 versus Peanut Butter Jelly Time 2-1-1. Thoughts?
I think Ed is a great pitcher, and Overshaw is a great pitcher, but I think Jungle's got way too much speed and skill on the other side of the ball, both sides of the ball, for them to handle. So I'm thinking Jungle 10, Jelly's 1.
Yeah, they haven't scored a run yet this season. The Jungle hasn't.
I'm worried about the Jungle.
But I think they'll get some runs this week.
I'm worried about them a little bit. And I went against PVJT a lot last week, and they came out and won a doubleheader. I'm scared to pick against them again, but I'm going to just do it anyway. So walk them to the Jungle. going to get that first win and that first run of the season, 6-2 over PBJT.
I'm thinking 6-0.
No runs by PB.
Yeah, no runs.
Peanut butter, but not jelly time.
The Jungle defense is on point. They're good. They're really strong. They're at least 2 deep at every position, so they'll be tough for Jellies to break through.
So I tell my wife, I'm too deep at every position.
Big bong.
Smoking
Don't tell her I
Buns.
said that.
Smoking Buns, 2-1. Good thing she doesn't watch.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Versus the Fireballs at 1-2. Casey, your
Well-
thoughts on this matchup?
We're gonna come back with a vengeance, and I need to make up for last Wednesday. So we're gonna do that, exactly that. And I'm saying Smoking Bunts 9, Fireballs nothing.
You don't want to try to get to double digits?
I want to try.
Mm-hmm. You're not confident?
Yeah, fuck it, 10-0.
There it is.
I'm doing it.
This is my dark horse team right here. So I got to give you a little scare tactic.
And I'm not playing catcher that game.
I don't remember the real Jesus being so cocky in the Bible.
I say the first one.
I'll walk on water.
At the first inning, it's still a tie ball game. It's going to be 2-2 tie game, and then Smoking Bunts just goes through. So Fireballs hangs on for a little bit, and then it's over. I'll go double digits with you, 10-2.
Yeah, I like the Fireballs. Their Charger, Jesse, is really good. He's one of the more underrated guys. He doesn't post on Facebook. I don't think he goes out to the bar or anything, but
All business.
he does take care of it. He's got a couple seasons under his belt now, and I think he could take the leap into that next level. And be one of the, if not top tier, second tier Charger in the league. So it's something that the Bunts will have to be on point with. If they give a bad bunt,
Yes, thanks for
couple
the scouting
bad,
report.
couple bad bunts here and there, and Fireballs could, like you said, shut them out. But it'd be tough to shut out the Smoking Bunts 2 times through the order. I'll go Smoking Bunts.
That was our big
5-1.
downfall last year was the offense. We made some good improvements with the offense. So
Yeah, I would say
I'm
so.
liking that.
Heard that.
So they're just to watch out for their ball sacks and stuff.
Are you guys for cardiac gonna
banana hammers.
Are you guys for cardiac gonna wear blue accent colors along with your electronic green, and then I wear electronic green as my accent color for Rubber Swing and blue?
Well, yeah, but we wear navy blue though with our accent color. So it's a little darker than this one.
That's okay.
Then maybe Erica can write a fashion blog about the accent colors on display in the Cardiac versus Rumspringa. I'm just feeding that to you, Erica. Just free ideas, free content. I do like her fashion blogs. I don't know if you check them out.
I did check it out.
Yeah.
She didn't include the Rumspringa logo. We have a logo. We don't have it ironed on our Waka shirt this year, but we do definitely have it. I got to send it to her. But the article's already been published, so what good does that do?
Damn
Missed my opportunity.
it. Que sera.
Brandon, send her the logo.
Done.
Cue up that clip from last week.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's plug some shows.
All right, we got some shiz to plug.
Tomorrow night, I should have the cards ready for sale. The trading cards.
Did you talk to him?
I did talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get into it, man. I really did just I busted some balls at the FedEx office, man. I was like, oh, I'm not happy with this. Yeah, because the cards were pretty pixelated when they came out, and the guy's like, well, that's all we could do, put it out that way. I was like, well, I'm trying to raise money for the cancer. I want people to be excited about this. No one's going to be excited about this. So
That's all we could do.
Did you bring a last year's model card to show the difference?
I didn't, but I did compare it. I was like, last year they turned out great. This year, not so much. I was like, so he said he was going to reprint it on better cardstock.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not promising anything from a quality perspective. I hope it turns out. It looked like the sample.
I can't wait to buy these.
Yeah, no, I'm. This is a good plug.
Great selling points.
Buy
No,
the
no,
whole
no.
set.
I mean, I might be overreacting just because I spent a lot of hours of my life working on these, and
I really wish you guys could know how much time Brent spent on these.
I spent a lot of time on.
You're in the chat. I mean, we're in the chat.
Oh yeah.
It's like every day he's like giving us cards to proof to make, because you can't see colors. We have to see colors for him to tell him if it's a pink or a red or, you know. And you go through a lot. You do a lot of time and effort on those cards. This is not
I
even
mean,
a joke. I'm dead serious.
220 something cards. For
Yeah.
people. It's like kind of ridiculous.
And the audacity for some people to tell you to choose a different image, or you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in a beast mode shirt and I didn't care less. I think it was awesome.
I worked with what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did my best. I don't want to accommodate people. Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you have shots that are good when they're playing on one team, but it's not pertaining to the Peninsula team. So you want to pick the right jersey color. That makes it a lot easier. You know?
Yeah. What if then they switch to a different team or a different color?
Right.
You got to get a more recent picture. Yeah, it's just
The guy was saying my
It'd be tough.
DPI wasn't enough.
your
Like,
DPI.
Yeah, it wasn't high enough. Like I didn't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Tell me you'll shove your DPI up his ASS.
yeah. I was like,
You
look.
knew what it was.
I was like, just I need better than this, and it's for charity.
So the cards will be out,
Yeah.
hopefully.
The cards will be
Tomorrow.
out. I'm picking them up. I got a half day of work. I took half the day off so I can get them ready for tomorrow night. So I'm using my vacation.
More time invested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my vacation job or vacation time from my real job to get these cards ready for sale for Relay for
I
Life.
get paid for vacation.
Yeah. Well, I get paid for vacation, but I like to use my vacation.
It's use it or lose it.
It is. I can only roll over 40 hours.
Jesus.
So I got.
All hands like 40
I need to use some roll over 40 hours when the baby comes.
When's that Waka Kick Cancer tournament happening?
October
My birthday.
17th. Yes.
It's your birthday?
My 36th birthday.
Nice.
I'm renaming it the Casey Heck Invitation.
Fuck yeah.
So, in honor of Casey, we are playing October 17th at the Buckrow Soccer Park. Really nice fields, different location for us than last year. Yeah,
Corner of Old Buckrow and
I was really
Andrews.
excited when I saw you move that date too, my birthday. Like, hell yeah. I get a party.
You
and a
screwed
tournament.
me over.
wow.
Bachelor party weekend, man.
Um,
Sorry.
Oh.
You
Sorry.
ain't missing much. You ain't missing much.
I didn't get invited to the bachelor party. That's what y'all get. So,
Gotta get
There's all
loaded.
this fine Richmond folk up there.
man, that's it. Hey, that's what you fucking get. You don't invite me to shit, I'm gonna schedule something. You know.
What would happen if you were invited?
Yeah, exactly. If I was invited, I was like, oh, I better avoid
I
that.
got shit to
date.
do that day.
Yeah, that's right. No
I'll
one
wash
invites
my
me.
hair.
No one invites me.
Here
to
we
anything.
go. Here we go.
Brent
Oh,
printing
I like
by
that.
Brent. Here we go.
No one invites me to anything, probably because when they do invite me to
Should've done
anything,
that
I
with my
don't
mom.
show up. So,
I'll clean up later.
Or you just talk about yourself.
no.
Brenting about Brent.
No, that's like Jan.
Oh, I did want to mention that
Oh, go ahead.
I was trying to pay an homage for styles that have gone or things that have gone out of style, and so we had our cargo shorts
Oh, yeah.
thing. But I wanted to pay homage to the late Nathaniel Johnson, so I'm wearing the cargo jorts.
Very nice.
Hell yeah!
I like those. I didn't even know they made those.
I had them. They've been in my closet for like 8 years, waiting
That's sweet.
to be broken back out.
Oh,
And,
George is still watching. See that?
8 years.
it's for you, buddy.
Those were in style
They're
at some
old.
point in 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a longer than
Just
that.
didn't even have that Tommy Hilfiger belt loop on the side, you know.
Yeah, so October 17th, we got 10 teams already forming for the event. So obviously proceeds go to Relay for Life. Really excited. It's going to be a fun day of kickball. And then we got our mid-season party that night at Manhattan's with the Tight Bright theme.
Like tight, bright.
Tight Bright.
Is that tight, bright clothes?
I think that's what it is.
Hey, Hooligans playing that night?
Hey Hooligan is playing. We got
Mm.
3 kegs of delicious not
Homebrew?
not craft beer.
Bud Light?
Bud Light,
Yeah.
right. That works. Hey, Bud
It's
Light.
free.
man. It's
Oh, I
free.
would like to say too
It's
that
fucked up.
I love the new volume that we're playing with of the music level at War Memorial is much lower, and so people can actually hear each other think, and
I've been,
communicate.
That's good.
it's hard.
I
I've been,
love the lower music level.
Thank you. I've been getting.
Definitely showing that you're 36 now. Turn that
Well-
shit out.
Well, I mean, I'm not listening to the music that's on there either. But even if I was, you still can't hear
I
shit
get-
on
I
that
get-
field on
On
left
field
field.
one, yeah.
It's really difficult because it's been better for the people who've been playing on field 1, but I've gotten complaints from people on field 3 because they're like, we can't hear the music.
Bring your own shit. You know, people bring
Oh,
boom boxes all the time now.
That's a good
Yeah.
compromise.
Bring your disc, man.
Mhm.
Bring your what other old.
One of those little
tape player
headphones
it
that
was.
just hang on your neck
Yes.
that play now. I see everybody wearing. I didn't even know that's what they
I
were.
thought it was a
at first.
stethoscope.
Me too.
You know, and Paula has a little Bluetooth speaker that she brings everywhere, so you can just have that. Just put it on your belt or whatever.
Yeah, man. You just take that out into the field.
Take notes.
That's all I got, I think. I don't think I have any other shiz to plug. Do you have anything to plug, man?
Nope.
Casey?
I'm good.
Casey, thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us.
A pleasure.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all
Well,
for
bud.
watching. See you at the fields tomorrow. 3 up, 3 down.